And it's been a big week here in Savannah, Georgia. Once again, good morning. Hopefully it's going to be a great day for you. It's going to be sunny. It's going to rain a little later on. It's going to be a little chilly, but you know what? We're in December.
Not as cold as it was last night.
Not as cold as last night.
Let me tell you, when you started looking on the sideline up there in Sharpsburg and you saw how blown up Danny was down here, I looked around about the third quarter, and we had some sideline heaters, thank goodness. But I started looking around the sideline, and frost was developing on everything we had. I'm like, holy cow, this is cold, very cold. But
anyway,
this young lady has been hot on the track and
baseball, softball,
but sailing
too.
Sailing. We're going to talk about some sailing as well. Let's bring her on.
On December 4th, at St. Vincent Academy in the courtyard, because they're following, COVID-19 protocols. All right. She's been dedicated, coach, or the athletic director, Diana Tootin, said she's been committed to St. Vincent's athletics program throughout her high school career. She's led it in softball, track, and sailing for 3 years at St. Vincent's Academy, softball and sailing for 3 years, 4 years track and field. She holds the St. Vincent's triple jump record at 32 feet and 2 inches. Pretty impressive. In 2019, her top 100-meter hurdle time, 17.93 seconds. 100 meters jumping over hurdles, 17.9. Whoa. All right. So she's worked hard, and she did it on December 4th. She signed a national intent to play at the University of Montevideo in Alabama, Georgia. Joining us on the Coach's Corner Sports Network hot seat, but from the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week this week from St. Vincent Academy, senior Kiffin Brun. Kiffin, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I got a quick question before he starts grilling you. Your dad a baseball umpire?
He is, yes, sir.
Okay.
I
put two and together when I saw that WJCL little highlight of you and the fam, and I said, I know that guy. I think he does a little softball and a little baseball umpiring. Yeah, Steven, right?
Yes.
There we go.
So the coach is not losing his memory yet. He's not losing his mind. But once again, tell him and your mom congratulations. I'm telling you, and I know if he's listening, he's one of the best umpires in the area, whether it's softball or baseball. And I'm glad to finally meet you because I know he's always hanging around softball games, and I didn't know exactly who you were. But besides that, congratulations to you because a lot of hard work went into this going on to get a college scholarship to Montevideo College.
Thank you.
Hey, Kevin, talk about, one, you played, obviously, multiple sports here, softball. I'm going to talk about sailing here in a little bit. But tell us, when did you really start getting into track? And one, your events, triple jump and hurdles are not your normal events. I mean, those are kind of specialized events that really take some training. So talk about how'd you get into track and especially those events?
So my freshman year was when I first started running track, and I honestly just didn't know which spring sport to play, and I knew I wanted to play one. And I heard a few of my friends talking about how they were doing track. And I was like, I'll give that a try. So I got up to practice and I started trying out a bunch of things. I tried high jump, I tried long jump, and then I just kind of fell into triple jump and hurdles, and they just really seemed to be the perfect fit for me. And then I did it at meets and I just absolutely loved it. And then I've just never stopped.
So you never had any training up until your freshman year?
I had absolutely no track experience whatsoever.
Well, knowing Dad, you probably had a lot of softball experience, right?
Yes.
So anyway, and then sailing.
Yeah.
I mean, where does the sailing come from now?
Well, the sailing was I knew St. Vincent's had sailing, and I was like, well, I want to try that. My whole family sailed, so I was like, might as well give it a try, and I absolutely loved it as well, and it's so fun.
So where do you do sailing at? Where do you guys go out of? The yacht club or?
So we used to go out of the yacht club. Now we're at Lake Mare in Sunbury.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. Hey, we'll talk about let's get into your, specifically track. So talk about once you got into your freshman year and, hey, you started getting to a triple jump, you started getting into the hurdles. What training did you start embracing as that came along? And obviously you started to become more and more successful.
So triple jump is all about rhythm. And I've noticed that the only way to get better at the rhythm of it is just to do so many jumps of practice, and not like full jumps, but just to time yourself and get like the right rhythm in. So I'll do about 36 jumps of practice or 36 run throughs and try to get 2 or 3 jumps for marks at the end. So I'm jumping around 40 times or running the runway about 40 times. And it really just kind of helps me get into the rhythm of it.
Well, hurdles. All right. So how did that come about as well? Because that's a different, I mean, you go from triple jump to hurdles. And once again, you talk about rhythm and timing. Is that why hurdles fit you so well?
Yes. I have to say that the rhythm is also very, very like helpful to understand in hurdles as well. Like, and even comes down to like your breathing. Like, you're not supposed to breathe on hurdles 3 through 3, 7, and 9. And you just have to think about that as you're going to just kind of get your mind off of actually running hurdles. Because, I mean, it is very intimidating looking down and seeing 10 hurdles in your way and being like, well, I have to get to the end of that. So it's honestly all about the rhythm and just practicing and getting your steps right and just trying to get your feet to where your feet do the work without you telling them to.
I just learned something new.
Yeah.
I didn't, I've coached the field events, not the track events, shot put, discus, because that's what I did in high school. So I knew a little about it. I never got into that other stuff. Wow.
Yeah, the breathing and all that
stuff.
Didn't know any of that.
Now, as far as the other sports, okay, you started out in softball and you're involved in the sailing now. Tell us about, which sport do you like the best? I know you got a scholarship now to go run and play track at Montevello, but really, which one do you like the best?
Honestly, track, but a sport that like I don't play in high school, but I just play for fun is hockey, and that is probably my like absolute all-time favorite sport to watch. And then track and hockey to play are like right there.
All right, give me some background. Where does the hockey come from?
Well, back when I was very, very young, Super Goose hockey in Savannah, that's where we played. And then we would try to play at the Civic Center in the winter for ice, and then now the Savannah Roller Hockey League.
Now, that's out Lake Mare, right?
Yeah.
I had someone message me on Facebook last week about roller hockey, and I was like, roller hockey? Like, where do we have roller hockey at? And they said Lake Mare. They got a league. They got a league, teams from kind of all over. I mean, you got 8 teams, I think, here in Savannah. And I was like, all right, because they were trying to maybe come on the show. And I was like, well, I didn't know it. So do you still do that, or do you participate in the league?
Yes. So now I'm just a sub because I'm trying to cut back on any athletics that don't relate to track. But now I'm a sub for the team. So if they need a goalie and they don't have one, they'll call me up and I'll.
Well, Kiffin, all right, I'm blowing my bubble here today. I was the first DH at my high school way back in 1976. Yeah, I'm an old guy, but growing up, goalie, roller hockey. Now, I go back not to inline. I go back to those old Chicago Derby 4-wheel with the little stopper in front. And I'm telling you right now, we used to play outside. We had an outdoor rink like they did at Lake Mare. Goalie, we got something right here, connection.
Oh, my goodness.
Dad, umpire, softball, her and I are goalies. You got to get between the pipes. Sometimes it hurts a little because back then, I don't know what you guys play with now. We used to get frozen. I'm giving away my age here.
You are.
Not frozen hockey pucks, but frozen a disc of electrical tape. That was our hockey puck.
All right, so I know it's crazy. You never know what's going to
come out of me.
What's going to come next? Hey, so going back to the track, talk about when did recruiting start for you? What was it? When did that really start to get on the map for you? Like I said, you weren't running competitively up until you got in at St. Vincent's. Did you start running AAU events or anything, or was it just strictly high school and your times really got you getting recruited?
So I've never run AAU. It was really my high school time. And recruiting started around this summer between junior and senior year. And that's when I kind of realized that I wanted to run track in college. So I began trying to get on the radar of coaches and stuff.
All right. You're watching the Call Damasi Sports Sport. It's been the coach and AD for now almost over a year. All right. Chad Griffin, Call Damasi. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at our favorite part of the show, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. We're talking to Senior. She just signed a national letter of intent to go play to do track and field at Montevello College, but she's a softball player. She's a sailor. She's a hockey player. Okay, roller hockey, that is. Okay. But there's got to be some kind of support. And now I put two and two together with your dad. And I know some people that know your mom. Tell us what your family has meant to your success academically and athletically.
Well, my family, my dad, he's very into his sports. So I've been pushed to do the best I can in all of my athletics. And he comes to, my mom and my dad come to all of my track, sailing, softball, all of it. They come to every single one. And I really think that support has really helped me because there's always someone there that's like there for me. And that really has helped me quite a bit, I think.
Well, I mean, you say you got a great, network at home, someone who's grown up in the sports world. And then you got, just two uber supportive parents from that standpoint. But what was it about Montevallo that, you were kind of drawn to, from that standpoint? There's it's a great school. So, what was it during your recruiting process that kind of just attracts you to Montevallo? And people don't know that's a really great school out there. They're really great in volleyball. They're great in soccer. They're great in a lot of programs. Talk about your choice to Montevallo.
It's beautiful too.
Well, the coach contacted me and I was interested to begin with because it is a D2 school and that's kind of the division I wanted to run. And then he said, let's set up a visit to the school. And when I got there, I absolutely fell in love with the campus. The coaching staff was amazing. The facility was awesome. And I really loved the team. And I really was like, it felt like a home and the team felt like a family. So I fell in love with the school.
I mean, it's got to be a fit for you too. And, a lot of kids don't realize that they get recruited and they hear about these places and then they go visit it and it doesn't feel right, but they still go and they're only there for about a year. So hopefully, it's a good fit for you and your expertise, whether it be in academia or athletically. I got a question for you. And we have we have kids come on from St. Vincent's and BC, and they talk about the brotherhood and the sisterhood. Tell us about your experience at St. Vincent's and what the teachers and the staff at St. Vincent has meant to Kiffin Brun.
Oh, wow. The staff and the teachers, they're all so supportive of me. Like after I'll have a big day at track or something, they'll come up to me. They'll be like, oh, congratulations. And I didn't even know they knew that I ran track, much less knew how I did last night. So it's just having that support constantly from the teachers and staff is really just wonderful. And they're awesome.
Well, talk about you also, I mean, you're playing softball, you run track. So talk about your coaches and how they've been able to impact you in your time there as well.
Well, my softball coach is actually the one that suggested to me to run track. So that nice. Was probably huge impact. But
right?
Yes. But my track coaches have been so amazing. They're so helpful and supportive, and they are always there for me when I'm maybe not feeling my best at a meet or anything like that. They're always there to get me where I need to be, and it's really, really wonderful.
Kiffin, impressed. Now I can put two together, and I mean, your father is a good guy, great guy. I haven't really met your mother, but once again, I'm glad that this comes together. And of course, your classmate, help me out, Emily Beto.
Emma Beto, yes, sir.
Beto. Yeah. She also signed.
Young Harris.
Right. We tried to get her on to come with you together so you guys do this together, but she had her wisdom teeth pulled yesterday. Ooh. So we got to set up an interview with her too. I want to get both of you on because it's really exciting when we have the same kids from the same school that have signed scholarships and where they're headed. But once again, keep up the great work. And finally glad, hey, roller hockey goalies, yes.
Hey, I'm a goalie, but soccer, but that's okay. But I know what it's like to have that mentality to be between the pipes and play. So we got a little connection.
We got a connection here.
Hey, last thing real quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, academically, what are you looking at Montevallo? You got some specifically that you're looking at studying?
Yes, finance. I really am very interested in finance and business.
She can run
Show me the money. She can run her own business.
Roller hockey league and be, or I mean, it's great.
Set up a roller hockey league. Yeah, you can do that too.
So. A lot of things. Well, Kiffin, you're awesome. We appreciate you. And
have a great holiday, and tell Dad hello. Tell Mom I'll get to meet her, I guess, in person someday. But once again, great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Kiffin. Hey, great job there for her. What a great young lady. I mean, look at all the things, sailing. I was like, man, that's a little bit different, a little bit interesting. And then she got into
hockey, roller hockey.
People know I play hockey, play goalie. I mean, that's just one. What I love about it is, hey, if you're out there watching, you're listening, it's okay to do something that's a little bit out of the box. That's not the norm. You never know when it's going to fit, or like she said, she had never ran track until she got to high school.
Yep.
Didn't grow up running AAU meets or any of those stuff. You don't know what talents you have until you get out there and try it. You don't know what might come along.
Well, once again, we're going to stick with the ladies right here. And we had the Makos on a couple of weeks ago. Melissa Makos used to be the WTOC sportscaster, sports reporter. She changed the hat, turned the hat around, went into teaching. She came on talking about women's in sports. But if you're listening, this young lady also had to battle COVID-19, and she got a bad case of it, and she battled back. I can't believe she's out there doing what she's doing. She's running around town, filming the kids, filming sports. She also has got a new title. What is that?
Director.
Sports director.
Sports director, WTOC.
And that's Lindsay Goff. And she comes out of the hills of Kentucky, I think, but we'll get more into that. She's a little wildcat.
Little wildcat.
You got it. So next up from WTOC, the new sports director, Lindsay Goff, right here on the Coach and AD on the Call Demas Sports Report. Where are we coming from?
Senior Sports University here at Coach Corner, Gazillion TVs. And stay tuned today. Come in here, Gazillion TVs. All the championships will be on today. And then, of course, tomorrow, NFL football. And then at noon, all the bowl predictions come out.
All sports, all music, all the time. Food, fun, and have a good time right here, Coach's Corner. All right, let's thank our sponsors because Lindsay wants to get on here. We'll be right back with Lindsay Goff from WTOC, the new sports director.